Alrighty. So I was driving around. I was thinking of going to an overlook where I did the stealth camp the other night, but it's raining. We just had a lot of thunderstorms. So I was driving around. You can see Buttercup over there, or Sunny as it's also known. But so I'm driving around, and this complex, it's a little stores and stuff. Walmart is right across the way. I stealth camped in the woods across from that. But right now it's raining, but I'm driving around and I see look, a Batmobile. So I thought I'd pull over and check it out. That's pretty wild. So this is LCBC Church on the corner here, and it looks like they're going to have a movie night at the movies on Sundays. It looks like in July. So they must going to be featuring Batman. They've got the Batmobile out here, and believe it or not, you can open it up and get in there. So it's pretty cool. So hello, boss. Yeah, weed in the bush. How are you doing? So I got this little light here to make me a little shinier. Yeah, Batmobile is pretty cool. Like I said, I was gonna get in it. Too bad I couldn't stealth camp in that, right? I might be able to. I don't know. I'd have to talk to him, but I think that'd be cool. So I've got a little light set up. I got the tripod set up here. Like I said, I'm standing underneath an overhang because it's raining. So I spent about the last 2 hours just repacking my backpack from that last trip. I had pulled everything out, let it dry out, because even though it didn't rain, just the humidity in the air and overnight you get dew. So when I packed up everything, it was kind of wet. So I just threw it all back in the backpack. And when I got home, I spilled it out all onto the porch and started drying it out. So then I just stuffed everything back in the bag so that we're all ready to go for the next one, right? Which may be coming up here pretty soon. But so I was looking for a place the other day to stealth camp, and I found the wood turbines up on the mountain. I've always wanted to go to those and check them out. And I ended up driving around for about 3 hours just trying to figure out something to do a stealth camp. Like I said, I had been down, a little depressed with the recovery and stuff with this arm. You know, it's doing good, and I'm starting to use it a lot more. Look at that. I'm moving those fingers good. But the hip is where I'm having some of the issues, the actual leg. If you look at the video that I just posted, the stealth camping one up at the wood turbines. So in there, I don't know exactly what time on the video it is, but go in there and take a look at it because I was watching it and I could see my leg really struggling or flailing. And it is right after I say I'm going to walk back down to I think make dinner. So I was going to walk back down to make that lasagna, and I walk away from the camera, and you can see my leg, the foot. Like if I hold my hand like this being my foot, when I'm stepping through, it's going all over the place like this, and if I just lift my foot off the ground, it actually tilts to the right, out towards the pinky toe. So the right leg, if I just lift my leg up, it automatically, and that's the foot drop, it just drops to that right side. So that's some stuff I'm working on, trying to strengthen it with some bands and stuff. But yeah, I still can't stand on my tiptoes and support my weight on that leg. That's going to take some time. But that was 90 days from the stroke. Exactly 90 days. It was on the 24th that I had the stroke, and it was on the 24th that I did that wind turbine stealth camp overnight. Man, that was rejuvenating. So anytime you can get out in the woods, it gets very, very rejuvenating and nice to get out and just take in the sounds of nature. You know, if you're struggling with depression or anything like that, I want to say don't sit in the house. Just don't sit around. Find a place, go park your car, get out, walk onto a trail, get into the woods, and then just be quiet and try to listen for just the noise of the birds. Well, not noise, but you know, the singing of the birds, the just the frogs, different things. Start allowing nature to heal you, right? So because God created nature for us to enjoy. So it's very rejuvenating getting out and experiencing that. So it would have been cool to have someone along stealth camping with me. I'd like to do that sometime, maybe get myself and someone else together. I'd like to do an overnight sometime with somebody out in the woods, just hanging out. I know locally, I've thought about the Wandering Woodsman. Him and I have messaged just in comments and so forth. I've got to email him, I think, to see if he would like to get together and maybe hiker dude dad, and only because I know that they're from Pennsylvania, the Wandering Woodsman, like I said, Cliff, and a couple of you have commented that I should get together with some of these guys, and I'd love to do that. So Cliff, there's Walter Zolna, Zolna, friend of mine as well. He's got some great videos. I really love his videos. We went up. Hey, Tony, good to see you, brother. Good seeing you, too. All right. Hey, David. Yes, I was just looking over there. David, for your wife, Buttercup, sitting over there, if you see that. But I don't know if y'all have seen it yet, but there's the Batmobile. So, I don't know. It's made out of wood, but they constructed it, I guess, for this movie night that they're going to have in July sometime. It looks like there's a pamphlet over there. I'm going to see if I can step out in the rain and grab this pamphlet that's on the car. I want to know a little bit more about it. But hey, why don't you guys give me y'all, go on there and give me a thumbs up here. I see 2 thumbs up. Greatly appreciate that so far. But let me walk into the rain here, which says, boy, they are wet. But it says, at the movies, July. Yeah. So, yeah, it's at the movies. It's Batmobile. It says, join us at LCBC Cole Township. So this is Cole Township in Pennsylvania. 9 a.m. to 10:45. But it looks like where church and movies meet. So this is a local church. We went to the ocean up in Maine. Wow, very nice. Man, nice. Man, I want to get to the ocean so bad this year. I just can't afford it right now, being on disability. I got the time, but I don't got the funds. But this is too wet. I won't be able to open it. I don't know if it even opens. Maybe it doesn't open. It might just be a single sheet. Hey, Tony, I just got on. Glad to see you. Oh, let me touch the screen. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? And David, we went up to the ocean. Yes, yeah. The weekend. Glad to see you. Glad to see you too. Hey, thanks everybody for hopping on. But like I said, I was looking for a place to do a live. I was going to go up to the wind turbines where I did the stealth camp the other night. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Like I said, it was real rejuvenating being able to get out there and enjoy nature and so forth. You know, those wind turbines, when they are tall, you don't realize how tall they are until you get up close to one. But that base, I'm going to move this because it's raining pretty good here, and it's coming down. The rain looks nice. It's stormy here, but only 60 miles an hour winds. Oh man, that's a lot of wind. Yeah, it's raining. We had some thunderstorms earlier, about maybe 6:30. It's right around, well, I guess you know what time it is, but I'm Eastern Standard Time. So here in the United States, Pennsylvania to be exact. So Cole Township looks like they're gonna have a movie here, but I opened up. Let me open it up. I might take the camera over there for a second, but I'm gonna stick this in my pocket to save this for later. Let it dry out. Well, actually, I'm gonna lay it right here. Let it kind of dry out. I'm gonna walk over to the driver's side and open it up here quick. Well, there's some vents on the roof and stuff, and it's all wet in there. But let me see if I can carry this over here. Just don't mind the shaking. I've got the tripod all laid out, but I want to show you the inside here. So they got a little step ladder here for you to get in, but. So this is the inside of the Batmobile. Got a little steering wheel here. Pretty cool. A lot of buttons, gadgets, things like that. Hey, Brady, how are you doing, buddy? All right. Yeah. So it's wet in there, but they've got seats, and it's just raining down in there. But they got a little flip here. So pretty cool. I mean, the way they made this, I think that's pretty wild. Kind of shocked that it is. Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked too, but I would imagine, I'm gonna walk this camera back out here. Set up again. Yeah, I'm a little shocked it's unlocked too, but it's just wood. You know, like I said, it's a church organization. If you want to know more about it, let me see. I think there's a website on the window. I'm gonna walk with the camera here, just so. There we go. I don't know if you can see that sign there. Okay. LCBC at themovies.com. So, looks like July 2020. So, but there's the Batmobile sitting over there. So, it's cool, right? So they got the windows all painted up. So inside here is the church. I've never been to this church, but I have some friends that have, and they say it's pretty cool. So this is like one of the satellite-like locations. So they have their main services, I believe, down in Manheim, Pennsylvania, and then they broadcast out to all their locations. So they record, I believe, on Saturday, and then Sunday morning when you go to your local church, they play that recorded message. So I forget, my friend Greg told me what LCBC stands for. and I thought it was really cool. I don't remember what it was though. And it doesn't say it on the little brochure here. On the live, it helps. It helps a ton. Yes, it does. It helps a whole ton. Yeah, so I got 3 likes right now, so a couple more likes would be great. I really appreciate it. So we're 15 minutes in, which isn't very long. But if you have any questions for me, certainly shoot some questions my way. Like I said, we are 3 months into the stroke recovery. I did put out a video before the stealth camp, that I said getting a bit depressed, and I was. You know, it's natural to get depressed, but I was, just because it felt like, even though I've made tons of progress, and I've made lots of progress, and I've got to keep reminding myself that, but like I said, this leg here was really, it's just still giving me issues where I can't control it. I don't know, I really can't walk too much, but I mean, you're probably not going to be able to see me walk. Or see that foot. I'm going to turn the camera around because it'll give me a little bit of a ways to walk here. I just want to show you how I'm walking. And watch the right side, this right leg as I'm walking. If you get down, brother, send me a message anytime, voice, text, whatever. Oh, thank you very much. And, you know, even though I was getting down, I know that I've got tons of support, and people are being inspired by the recovery and how it's going. You know, when you encourage people, sometimes you need a little encouragement too, right? And I got it. I did get it. And, you know, Lisa's dad, my father-in-law, passed away a couple of weeks ago. So that was kind of a little bit of the start in that time. And I believe I had either had the flu or some type of virus, because I was laid up for a couple days, like really down physically. But then her dad passed away, and then with the funeral and everything. And John, my father-in-law, yeah. I know I'm going to see him again, but he was my fishing buddy, you know. Lisa and I have been married almost 35 years, and John and I put a lot of fish in the boat, a lot of fish fishing. I remember, I'll tell you this quick story. So Lisa and I are probably 2 years into our marriage, and my father-in-law, John, who just recently passed away, says, "Hey, Tony, let's go trout fishing." I'm not a big trout fisherman. You know, with the kids being real small and stuff, trout was always one of the fish that have like that double rib cage. Very hard to get all the bones out. So I didn't really fish trout much, but I said I would go along. And he had been fishing this one area, I guess ever since he was a teenager. They would go out and just fish and fish and fish all weekend. Sometimes, you know, overnights and things like that. They would just be out all weekend long fishing. So he wanted to take me to that location. So I went along with him, and it was cold. It snowed that day. He had, you know, chest waders. The water's running fast. I'm freezing, but I'm fishing. I'm fishing and fishing, and I didn't see him for a couple hours, and I'm not catching anything. All right, I'm just not catching anything. So he comes up and he says, "Hey, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm not good, cold. You know, I'm having trouble. I'm not catching anything." He goes, "Oh, okay." I said, "Did you catch anything?" He took his basket, opened his little basket up, and he took a fish out and showed me one. Reached in there, took out a second one. I was like, "Wow, I've got 2 already." Yeah, all right. So then we fished a little while. I didn't see him for hours again. And he came back, we met up again, and he goes, "Did you catch anything?" I was like, "Yeah, trout is good, good eating." So I said, "No, I didn't catch anything." He says, "Well, try this, try that," and so I was, and I said, "Well, maybe I'm just not the right spotter. I don't know where all the good holes are." The water was fast, really fast, so I'm fishing. So I said, "Did you catch anything?" He's like, "Yeah." He reached into his basket, he pulled out another trout. So this is 3, and then 4, and then a 5th one. So now this is like 33 years ago. All right. So I was like, "My goodness, I haven't caught none." And so then we go, and definitely raining sounds. Yeah. Love the rain sounds, very relaxing. So so we meet up at the end of the day, and I got skunked. I didn't even feel a bite or a tug or nothing. And my father-in-law came up and he goes, "So did you catch anything?" I said, "Nope, not at all." He said, "You didn't?" I said, "No." I said, "I didn't even get a bite." He goes, "Oh, well, we can't have that." And so he was, we were standing at the back of the car, and he goes, "Here, look at this." And he pulls out a fish, and he threw it at me. And I was like, "Whoa." I caught this fish, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "Well, now you can say you caught one." And he threw me another one, and he goes, "Hey, you caught 2. So I didn't drop any fish, but I caught 2 trout that day, and thanks to my father-in-law, helped me out a little bit. So, but yeah, yeah, he's a good fisherman. I love fishing with him all the time. We went to Raystown, Lake Raystown, and he caught a 40, I believe it was 42-inch striper bass. It was like one of the very first times we had gone up to the Raystown Lake, and we had gone out with a guide, Sparky Price, I believe his name was. He took us out. He was a guide, and so we went out. And my father-in-law, we hooked up, and it was his turn, and he reeled that thing in, and it was a 40-inch striper bass. Oh, that was so awesome. And my father-in-law was smiling from ear to ear. A couple of years ago, before he started declining too much, I took him down to Chesapeake Bay, and I did a fishing trip with him, just him and I. We went down. Now, we did it more than once, but this was the first time we had gone down, and we had a day of it. So we were out on the Chesapeake, and we went for striper, and we were just reeling in striper bass after striper bass. And I think on my personal Facebook page, probably way back, I've got some footage or pictures of that. I'll see if I can dig them up sometime, and I'll throw them in one of the videos. But I'm going to spin the camera around here again, because I like that, seeing the Hummer and the Batmobile. So I'm looking in the sky for any bat signals. I don't see any yet. So yeah, Stealth Camping Alliance. Hey, you guys, I didn't do a cowboy camp. I'm just not able to lay down on the ground right now to do that. But that, Lisa, that was a great challenge for this month. Cowboy camp. That was it's a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's videos on that. But I didn't get out to do that, and I'll do one eventually. But it was neat. At about 1:30 in the morning, when I was doing the stealth camp the other night up at the wind turbine, I went up on the main section. So I was down in the woods, but I went up on the main road that runs there. Now it's gated off. You can't drive back there unless you got an ATV and you go through the woods and over rocks and stuff like that. And Lisa just texted me, asked me what am I doing? She's at work. So I had told her I was doing a live, but I won't take the time to message her. I'll message her when it's done. But I walked up. It was a clear night, very clear. and I walked up to that main section and I took some pictures. I went up to look at the stars, and I turned the camera. I had taken a tripod up, and I pointed the camera up at the turbines. And there's a night mode on these Samsung phones, and I just took pictures in night mode. I'm not sure how to do the time lapse on this phone because that's all I film with is my phone. But I took pictures of the sky, and man, the very cool how the stars. There was tons and tons and tons of stars. Your pictures look amazing. Oh, thank you. Until you did see them, great. Yeah, there's some red. Like you can see the light on top of the on the wind turbines. That is for planes. So you see some of them with red light because they blink. So that was pretty cool getting to be able to see the outline a little bit of the wind turbine. I don't know how long those arms are on the wind turbines, but they've got to be at least 50 feet span. Now, there was one that actually caught on fire. Yeah, night lapse is awesome. Yeah, I haven't done it on the phone. I'd like to, maybe I can YouTube it and find out what settings I can do for night lapsing on the phone. Because there's a pro setting, and I think I can go in there. Because I'd like to get a picture of the Milky Way. And I know you got to do time lapse for that. However, up in, there's a place in Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours away from where I live. Now, I checked on it. It's like one of the darkest places in the United States for looking at the stars. And it's a campground, and I think that's all they do there is pretty much go up there with telescopes. And but they say you don't need any fancy telescope or anything like that. You can actually take pictures with your phone and get very, very stunning pictures up there. So it's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, down in Texas with the city lights and stuff. So this place in Pennsylvania, it's in the middle of a state park, and it takes a while to drive into there, and there is no towns around it at all. So it's very, very dark. It's like one of the, I think the second darkest place I think I read. I don't know if that's second darkest place in Pennsylvania or the United States. But if you look up on the internet, blade length is 170 feet long on those turbines. Wow. Yeah, they are long. And when they came through, you could just hear the whoosh, whoosh as it was going through. But hearing that was a little distracting. It was white noise at night, but I wasn't too far from being underneath of there. But one of them did catch on fire about maybe 5 or 6 months ago. The mechanics on the top, at the center of the blades, just caught on fire, and it started burning, and they just let it burn out, I guess. But if you notice where I sat to eat that lasagna with meat sauce, oh, that was good. That Mountain House meal. Yeah, probably overheated that, why it caught on fire. But I know there's a brake system in there, so even if the wind's blowing, if it gets blowing at a certain speed, they just shut off. And I think they're not all facing in the same direction. I could hear mechanics in there moving them. It would be koosh, and then clank, and you would just see them slowly turn. But it was not like those things as a kid you'd hold and the wind would blow them. That's how I tried to do the thumbnail like. But you would hold them and the wind would blow and they would turn with the wind. These don't turn with the wind. They're probably computer generated, and there's some motors to optimize the speed of catching the best wind. But when I first got there, they weren't moving at all. So they must had them shut down. But if it blows too hard, they automatically shut down. There's brakes on them that actually keep them from turning too fast. Because I guess if they blow too fast, they would fly apart. But it would be a lot of resistance. Here in the city of Savannah, great dark place to check out the stars. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, so if you look at online and say Pennsylvania, best place for stargazing, this state park will come up. I think that's how I found it. Because when the stealth camp was for hey, yeah, that's a good good thought. I'll have to, like I said, this over my shoulder, if you're just tuning in to Sunday Night Live, we got the Batmobile right here. It's wooden, but they got it painted up nice. Looks metal, but looks really cool. Yeah, so they got wheels and big tires in the back. I don't know if you can see them right there, and then smaller ones in the front. But really awesome. Like I said, I was driving by and just looking for a place to set up because I was going to go up to the wind turbines to do my at that overlook where I filmed the sunset. I was thinking of going up there and trying to get the sky behind me, a sunset, and do a live up there. Thought that would be cool, but thunderstorms, rain. So I'm back in the area, and I was driving home, and I thought I would just swing up here because it was getting close to 8 o'clock, and I was just going to go, because I'm thinking of doing a stealth camp in the area. I did one, there's a Walmart over there, and I did one in the woods right over across from Walmart. That was a 50 days post-stroke video. But I was driving by and I see this thing sitting on the corner, the Batmobile. So I was looking for a Batman and Robin, but they ain't around. I don't know where they got. So, yeah. All right, Judy, how are you talking? Are you talking about the Cherry Springs? Yes, Cherry. Thank you, Shade Tree. Cherry Springs State Park, by any chance, stargazing? Yes, Cherry Springs. I actually, when Lisa gave that stealth camping challenge for the month of June, which is cowboy camping and laying out in the stars, I went on there and I looked up places to look at stars, but that Cherry Springs, and I went on to reserve a campsite, but they are booked all year long. I mean, they are booked. There was nothing available. Maybe there was one site available, like for one night, like 3 months from now. So that was, and that's too far of a drive to well, I don't know. We'll see. But don't want to give any cats out of the bag. But, oh, speaking of cats, the little cat that we have, Lucky, that black cat that we have, is doing really good. Getting big. But, yeah, so getting big. Bailey, the dog, you've seen both of them. But they're getting along really good, the cat and the dog, which is unusual for cats and dogs to get along. But that kitten's being raised with Bailey too. So yeah. Yeah, God's country. Yeah, that whole area is very dark at night because there's no towns. Well, they're very spread out, and there's just thousands and thousands of acres. So that's north. I'd say about 2 hours. They call it God's country up in there, but great place. There's elk too, which I'd like to do a trip. Um, and then there's a red stag deer place. Just throwing this out there. I might go there. My daughter went there. Took our grandson Gabby and Cody. Shaker Outdoors is them on Instagram, but they have like they do outdoor stuff. But they went to Red Stag. I think it's called Red Stag, but it's they've got tons of deer, and I want to go check that out. That's not too far from here, I don't believe. So look for a video of that. Like I said, the channel's name is Random Adventures, and so random. It's always going to be random. Some days I'll maybe go out and just do a video, and it's all planned. Usually never planned. Well, kind of a little bit in the back of my mind, but I'll just be sitting around or thinking, and I'll just go out and do a random adventure. So it's very spontaneous, but that's why the channel's Random Adventures, right? Hey, Lisa's day off. How are you doing, Lisa? Yeah, I was just talking about the Cowboy Challenge. I didn't get a chance to do the Cowboy Challenge. I did a little different thing, but I got to see a lot of stars. Alrighty. Yeah, nice place, yeah. So Potter County, yeah, that's up north too. Yeah, very nice. There's a lot of people that have deer camps up in the area, up in that area, camp cabins and stuff like that. I'm not too familiar with the area. I've never been up there driving around or anything. But yeah, I was gonna say, Lisa, I didn't do a cowboy camp. A little hard for me to get on the ground right now. Just recovering from the stroke, 90 days recovering. But I did hang in a hammock the other night up on some wind turbines. So check that out. I'm sure you might have already seen it, but just posted that one yesterday. So what I do when I go stealth camping, sometimes I'll just be filming, and then I'll, when I climb into the hammock, I usually lay there for about maybe an hour and a half, and then I just edit, because I do everything on my phone, so I always make sure I've got a full charged up battery to do my editing, and I edit the video up until that point. So when I go to sleep, I know that in the morning when I wake up, I just gotta say, I usually have the phone set up, I just reach out and hit the camera on, and then I just tell the camera, I'll just say record video, because I'm all zipped up in there, and then it's outside and it just starts recording, and then I wake up again for the camera. So I wake up, and then, I've already got all of it edited by that time. So then I just film the morning, film the teardown, film the walkout, and then I sit in the car for about maybe a half an hour and finish editing the video. So that's why if I'm camping at night, I a lot of times will upload the video the next morning by like 10 or 11 o'clock. That's because I don't know, I just like editing. And so if you noticed, I had a lot of people saying they really like the camera work, and I greatly appreciate you commenting about the camera work and the different angles and stuff like that. It is a lot more time to film doing that, and but I believe it's well worth it. and it just holds your attention. So like when I'm taking the backpack off. Oh, 308, on that video, number 308, I just shout out to Joe, Lola, one of my friends. So I walk up, I'm gonna set the hammock up at 308 on that video. He messaged me, he said, at 308, I thought you were getting ready to go to the bathroom. And I was like, what? And I went back and I watched it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it does look like it, because I got the backpack on and I have that waist strap on, right? So I'm walking and I get the angle of the camera. I'm like this, and I walk up and I'm reaching down and I'm unhooking the belt from the backpack. But I'm fidgeting around a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can see where you thought I was getting ready to go to the bathroom, but yeah, no, I wouldn't have filmed that. Yeah, no. So that was me undoing the belt, and then you can see I follow through with the backpack, and I swing it down, and then I set it down, then go move the camera, pick it back up, put it on my shoulder, and then from a different angle, you see me swinging the rest of the backpack, and then I put it down, and then I go to grab for the clips. This is the fun stuff I like doing. And then I put the camera in a different angle, and then I'm reaching for the clips on the backpack. See the osprey right there, and I snap it, and then I lift it, and then I change the camera again, and then I'm flipping it over, and that's the fun stuff I like doing. And I appreciate everybody commenting that comments on the different camera angles and the camera work and things like that. Like I said, I love doing that stuff. All right, so we are about 42 minutes in. I'm not sure if I'm going to go a full hour, but I do want to say, if I don't get a chance, thanks for coming along tonight. Thanks for hitting the like. If you want to go on and hit the like button, go ahead and hit it before you jump off. It really helps a lot. And I do want to thank Joe, Lola, for doing a super chat, sending me a sticker. Greatly appreciate that. He did a $20 sticker there for that. I really, really appreciate those. And then, so I do want to say, I really appreciate all the subscribers that have subscribed to the channel. Like I said, in the last 3 months, I think we've grown a little over 1,000 or 1,100 in 3 months. We grew 1,100 more subscribers. Now, a lot of that was because of the stroke, and greatly appreciate. I'm probably not going to do another stroke anytime soon to get more subscribers. That's probably a bad joke. But I want to thank everyone for their support and encouragement and coming along on that journey of stroke recovery. Now we're 3 months in, so we've done 90 days. I'm slowing down a little bit on the stroke recovery series. So I was doing almost every day when I first started, then 3 times a week. And I think last week I did just once. I might do, because it's pretty repetitive with physical therapy, some of the things, but we are starting to add a few more things because now that I'm getting, I'm atrophied on the muscle groups, and then the hip, this hip here, back up a little bit. So this hip is very weak. So you can see I can lift that knee pretty high. Get back a little bit. So you can see that takes a lot of work, a lot of stomach work. Like I said, I'm gonna have a six-pack just trying to lift my foot off the ground. But yeah, so that's where that's at, and that's probably the weakest place on my whole leg is this upper hip joint. The hip flexors is where that's the weakest. So that's where I've been getting discouraged, just because it doesn't seem like it's improving, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting the big gains like I did in the very beginning. Boy, that's still pouring. Whew, it's raining nice. It's really helping the garden. I got tomato plants, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cherry tomatoes, some other stuff, red beets, planted in the garden. So hey, got a couple more likes there. Greatly appreciate it. So we're up to nine likes. Greatly appreciate that. So again, we're here at the Batmobile. Gotham City must be okay because it's a long way out here. Hey, Lisa, Crystal, how are you doing? Nice to see you too. We are going to get rain later. I was out cutting the lawn. Yeah. It started raining here about 6:30. I was headed out to where I did the stealth camp the other night. And Lisa, thanks for, I know you commented on the comments section in the video about the camera work, and thank you too for encouraging me. But yeah, getting out the other night, it was well needed. Like I said, I was getting down and a little depressed. Like I said, when you encourage people, sometimes you can let yourself get discouraged. It's a lot of mental stuff. But like I said, my father-in-law, John, passed away, and then I was sick. Lisa was grieving, still is grieving, and we are. But we know he's in a better place. And John, my father-in-law, born-again Christian believer, so we're going to see one another again. It says that this life is but a vapor, and we will be together again soon. So looking forward to that day, definitely. My father-in-law, like I said, my fishing buddy, love fishing with him. Like I said, we did striper bass. I caught a lake trout up at Raystown Lake. I came in second for that year for the largest lake trout. I was beat by 1 ounce. So we drove 2 hours back, and I should have taken it up there to an outfitter and got it weighed. But we drove it 2 hours home, and then I took it into a guy that I knew that had a weighing station and stuff, and he measured it, weighed it and everything. And I was a half an ounce smaller weight-wise than the biggest trout caught that year. But I got a trophy and so forth for it, but the guy that beat me was a member of the club, and so I don't know. But it was an ounce, half an ounce heavier than my fish. But congrats to him. That was a long time ago. That's probably 20 years ago, but I still have the trophy and the picture of that lake trout. We did eat it, so everybody that was there was showing all their mounts and things like that, and they asked me where my mount was. I said, I ate it. So I ate that lake trout. It was very good. Yeah, so again, really neat to be here on the outside of this church. It's a local church to my area, around the area where I'm at, but it's Cole Township, Pennsylvania is where we're at right now. I don't live in Cole Township, but it's in the area. But I was driving by saw the Batmobile and pulled over and checked it out. So if you, once I stop recording, if you want to see the inside of it, you can go back and rewatch the live video. I show the inside of it, but pretty cool. So yeah, very neat. It looks metal, but it's painted black, but it is wood and so forth. Got the silver Batmobile thing on there. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's getting rained on. It leaks on the inside because in there it's raining almost as much inside as it is on it. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna just brave the rain, get my phone wet here. I'll just show you the Batmobile from a little bit out here, the side of it. So pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, that's a neat thing. The doors open up too, but I'll show you the back. Man, that's some. Got the dual tires. Oh, they got a license plate on the back. Dark Knight. Very cool. But, like I say, that's a. Oh, and it has a. I see a plug down there, so they must plug it in. Oop, that was. My battery light clip fell off, so they must plug that in, and then because it does have lights on the inside, so there's all kind of gauges and stuff. So they probably it lights up that seat's got a lot of water in it, but yeah. If I had my Batman mask on, so. I don't. Yeah. So my screen's all wet from the rain, but it is getting late. So it's 52 minutes in, 13 likes. Oh, we can't leave it at 13. Not that I'm superstitious or anything, but can I get number 14 like on there before I shut? Tell you what, I'm not gonna shut it down till we get 14 thumbs up. So I'll just keep watching. Go on there and hit like. I don't want to see 13 on there. Like I said, not that I'm superstitious or anything like that, but I'd like to give more than another thumbs up. All right, so let's check the comments here. Yeah. All right, so no new comments. Greatly appreciate it. So, like I said, I've got this light ring, so I don't know if that's really helping. That's off. That's a little brighter. I think it's helping a little bit. Put that clip on there. All right. So, I'm taking that off. Put that down there. So. Yeah, it popped up. Oh, 14, yay! All righty. Thank you. Whoever was number 14, greatly appreciate that thumbs up. So, yeah. All right. So, like I said, 53 minutes and 44 seconds into it. Like I said, I'm probably not going to stay on too much longer, but thank you very much for number 14 like. Greatly appreciate it. Man, my hair's getting long. If you noticed in my one video, I don't have a beard right now. Like I said, I was trimming it the other day. And I was trimming my mustache right along here. And I had two choices. I could either do it left-handed, and I'm not left-handed, so I could do it left-handed, or I could do it stroke hand. 17 likes, man, thank y'all very much. So the other one was I could use my stroke hand to trim my mustache, all right? So I'm at it. So I got the clippers going. It's early morning. I'm getting ready to go to therapy. So I start trimming. 18 likes. I trimmed across my upper lip, and then looked in the mirror, and I looked again, and I was like, that's crooked. So I started trimming to make it a little straighter on the one side, because it was not like that, it was like this. So it was going up, and I like, uh-oh, I got it too high on the one side, so I got to try to make it a little up on the other side. So I'm using my stroke hand, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta hold on with my wrist, and I'm hitting it on this side with the razor, and I'm going zzz, 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 and now I got it going like that, and I'm getting like too much lip on the top, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, I don't know if I should trim that more. Appreciate you, bro. In Christ, amen. Psalm 34:3. I'm going to look that one up. God bless you, brother. So I'm trimming, right? And I'm going, and I'm getting it all crooked. And then I'm getting frustrated, and I'm shaking. I'm like, I don't know if I can get this straight. So 19 likes. God bless you. Thank you much. So I'm going, and I just said, all right, I don't know if Lisa's going to like it. I don't know if my subscribers are going to like me not having a beard, because I had a beard for a while. And I said, well, I'm going to just go for it. And I started, I went across the lip. I took the thing off. I started just trimming and trimming. I had a pile of hair, all white, looked like a gerbil or a hamster, a white hamster. Hamster. I could have put eyes on it, but no. But anyhow, so I had a pile of whiskers, and I looked up in the mirror, and boy, was my face dry, and it was flaky and stuff, and all red and itchy. And I was like, I've got half an hour to get ready to get going up to therapy. And I got up there, think it looks great. Wish you a wonderful week. You have a wonderful week too. Yeah, you have a great week. 20 likes. Thank y'all guys for the likes. Greatly appreciate it. So I get the trimming, and I'm getting the white beard off and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, I hope Lisa likes this. And I'm not sure if she noticed it right away, but I have one daughter. Anytime that I cut my hair, get a haircut, or shave, my daughter Rachel, she notices it first. She's like, hey, like your haircut. And she always notices it first, before anybody else in the house. If they notice it, they don't usually say anything. But I got all trimmed up, and my one friend, Dave, RNRV Chronicles, he commented when he watched the video, I look almost as young as him. He's older than me. So, but I trimmed the beard, and I got up to therapy, and Aaron, who is my physical therapist, so I'm up there, and I'm growing it back, by the way. I might just keep it real tight for a little while. But I get up there, and Aaron's looked at me, he goes, wow, you look really different. I said, yeah. I said, it wasn't planned. It was the stroke hand. I should have been doing occupational therapy, beard trimming. But so anyhow, that's the story of why I don't have a beard. I used the stroke hand to trim the beard, and it didn't go so well. So I got it pretty crooked. So there's that. So, well, what are we doing next? What's the next adventure? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know this week is going to be a busy week for Lisa and I. We're going to go up and watch our grandson for 2 days. And then for 3 days, we're going to watch their dogs while they go away. 3 or 4 days. Not sure. But they're going to go away. So Lisa and I are going to spend a little bit of time together. But she's at work right now. Miss 2.0 is at work. 2.0. Oh, real quick up.